Did you know that Mary I was very nearly executed by her own father? This guy. After years of trying to get rid of his wife Catherine of Aragon, Henry VIII finally managed to succeed in this by becoming the supreme head of the Church of England. This meant that he no longer had to listen to the Pope or the Catholic Church. He could henceforth do basically whatever he wanted. And what he wanted most was to get rid of Catherine of Aragon, so that he could of course marry his next wife, Anne Boleyn. And so in 1534, when Henry VIII passed the Act of Succession, this required for all his subjects to accept his marriage to Anne Boleyn, meaning that his first marriage to Catherine of Aragon was null and void. Any children born by that marriage, i.e. Mary I, were illegitimate, and any children now born by Anne Boleyn would be his heirs. Of course, Mary I refused to sign this oath, and this led to Henry causing a lot of abuse to his daughter Mary. But of course, Mary was not the only one to refuse to sign this oath. Her mother, Catherine of Aragon, of course, never signed, and neither did Thomas More. Thomas More was Henry VIII's Lord High Chancellor, but as well as that, he was also Henry's friend. But Henry was not going to be stopped on his mission to obtaining a legitimate son. And friend or not, great advisor or not, Thomas More was beheaded for treason. Many people were also arrested for refusing to sign. And this, of course, led to Mary being very scared for her life. Her father was beheading his friends, he was arresting people by the hundreds. But Henry VIII was not giving up, and he sent the Duke of Norfolk to Mary's residence to threaten her. The Duke of Norfolk is recorded to have said, "If you were my daughter, I would bash your head against the wall until it was as soft as a boiled apple." The fact that he was even allowed to say this to a princess of England, whether she is deemed legitimate or not, she is still the daughter of the king, it is wild. And of course, Mary then, fearing her life, eventually signed the Oath of Succession. And she's recorded to have said that this was the greatest regret of her life. You can read about all this and more in my book about Mary's life called The Saddest Princess. You can click the link for your signed copy. Otherwise, you can find it on Amazon, Waterstones, Barnes & Noble, and Walmart.